You're watching the Cannabis Broadcasting Group here at cbgtv.com.
I'm already into the 420, damn it!
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is not much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Well, I cut off the disclaimer, so here.
Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
Okay, now I feel better.
Okay, yeah, got that out of the way because you never know what somebody's opinion might be on this show.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You know what mine is, so.
Yeah. So while we're just starting up, I want to make sure that we post this a lot for the next little while because it's coming up. So let's post this too.
Is 420 camping your thing? Do you like cannabis cups? Want to learn more about cannabis? Enjoy music festivals? Living on the East Coast or looking for a really good reason to visit? Then Harvest Fest is calling your name.
Join us the weekend of July 14th to 16th at Fox Mountain Camping Park in the Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia, to meet like-minded people, have your cannabis questions answered, listen to great bands, and have a blast.
Service lots available and camping is included in festival admission. $60 for the weekend, or $30 for Friday, and $40 for Saturday. Food trucks, hot showers, flush toilets, and accessible washrooms. Rolling contest sponsored by Canadian Lumber Limited, with chances to win a case of rolling papers and more throughout the weekend.
For info about attending or vending, email chair@mumm.ca. Hope to see you there.
Hope to see you there. I wish I could go, but I can't because I'm way the fuck up here.
I hope to see people there too.
Yeah. So this evening we are supposed to be chatting with Tammi from the Indigenous Cannabis Cup. If she shows up, great, we will talk to her. And if she doesn't, then we are going to talk about stuff. Where did I put it? This kind of stuff. I have a Karma Cup kit. I'm going to go into... Let's see. Should I choose the highest THC one, Marcel?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. 30.36, 25.15, 32, 27, 21, 29, and 27. So I guess we're going for the 32, eh? That's the yellow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I can't speak later, it's Marcel's fault. Hey, buddy.
Hey, guys.
Hey, which one is it?
It doesn't say. This is what on the front of the kit. You have a checklist of colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you go into the package, and all of these packages have a sticker on it.
Of those colors.
So what did I say I was going to choose?
Yellow.
All right, yellow it is. All right. I already signed up and everything, so I have to go on the website and answer some questions while we do that. Hello, Mary Jane.
Hello.
Oh, somebody's got a new fancy background. Maybe it'll stay that way this time. Give her a month. It'll change.
Yeah, give me a moment.
Like her hair, Al.
Yes.
Give her a month. It'll be that long before we see her again.
Okay, I have to move my cameras around here because I hate that I'm looking at the wall, not at you guys. So I'm gonna put Lennie up here so I can look at Lennie. Hi, Lennie.
Hey,
how are you? How was your trip out west? Did you have fun?
It was whirlwind, amazing, a great time.
And your team didn't win, though.
No, they didn't, but not make excuses. They probably had the biggest battle of all the teams that got there. They literally put out the number 1, number 2, and number 3 seeds.
But did you watch the final game?
Yeah, the Quebec Ramparts were the most talented team. I actually called it. Funny story. I met my brother there who was watching Game 1. I literally just got to the arena when they started the national anthem.
Oh yeah,
for the first game. Like I got the hotel, but by the time I got in and everything, so I ran to my brother after the first period, and he was sitting there with Tampa Bay's assistant GM, and they were talking about Seattle and the game. And I said, "You watch." I said, "Quebec's going to open up in the second period." I said, "Quebec's the team to beat." Everyone was talking about Seattle when I got up there.
Yeah,
and I said, "Quebec's going to win the whole thing," as I told everyone. I was right.
Oh, they dominated that
hell of a hockey
game.
team, but the only team to beat them was the Peterborough Petes.
Yeah.
It was the one thing about the tournament that's hard. Not every team plays a back-to-back game in that first round robin, but every team that played a back-to-back game in that tournament lost.
Yeah.
So I think the Petes had a rough schedule getting there, and I think they had a bad luck on the schedule. But you know what? They got to the semifinal, and they should be proud. All the teams there were champions.
They should be proud, Lennie.
Yeah, the one thing, but they were probably the least talented team there, but they probably had the biggest heart of any team there too.
Timmy's driving down the road.
But it was fun. You know
I'm
really
calling the OPP. You're driving and using your cell phone.
But I'm actually on the show? What happened?
Thanks for joining.
You might as well light up a joint while you're doing all of this.
I don't know what you're doing.
And it would be extreme PTSD if you got into an accident on the show, so please don't.
Mary Jane literally sends me a link. I think I'm just going to come and watch her on the show. And now I'm like, wait a minute, I'm actually here. What's happening?
No. See, Mary Jane
now
sent
that you're
herself a link.
Now that you're breaking several laws, maybe we should just remove you.
Is he really breaking the law? What law is he breaking?
This is what we're smoking here, guys, while you're trying not to crash. This is how much you get.
Okay.
A gram.
Is it sticky? Is it dry?
Well, this is okay. I shut off that mic because it's driving me nuts. Let me mute this here. Oh, come on now. Okay, go ahead and you can keep talking while I'm doing this.
I don't know. We're watching. We want to know if it's sticky or dry yet.
I was muted because I was coughing.
This is yellow in the indica dominant pack from the Karma Cup. So that's what you get, 1 gram.
What's it smell like?
Is it sticky? It's nice and hard. It smells like weed. It's nice, like really hard, almost like. Let's see how it breaks up here. Okay.
Wait, it smells like weed.
It smells like weed. It's nothing special.
I love the color commentating and the depth of your description. It smells like weed.
I mean, I've smelled hundreds of strains, and they've all smelled different.
It's not very pungent. It's not.
Okay.
It's not very, like, you open up a bag of pink kush and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, but you got to break the bud.
Of course.
Break the bud open.
I got to put my phone down to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'll remove my phone. There we go.
You need a phone stand.
You know what?
Oh, what? Timmy's still here.
I was in the
You're
show.
Stuck here.
By the way, it always smells just like weed to me.
You don't smoke. I'll be right back. Keep conversating.
Oh,
That's funny.
no, Timmy. I can give you some that smells like cat piss or
Ugh,
skunk.
that's disgusting.
I'm with Timmy.
or-
Like, it smells like weed, except if there is a very dominant odor. Like when things have a strong citrus, strong vanilla. Like if there's one bold smell, I can tell, but it has to be pretty bold.
So this right here, there's one thing I stuck in Timmy's face that he said smells different, and it's this general admission, the infused pre-rolls that I'm pretty sure are enhanced with extra terpenes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, infused? Yeah, they would be.
Because he said, what'd you say it smells like? Like fruity.
Yeah, a lot of them are doing that.
Up until now, everything she's ever handed to me, I literally said it smelled like weed. If she hadn't told me it was weed, I didn't know what it was.
I grew a strain one time that my entire house smelled like Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Gum for 3 months.
Still not much. Not much of a smell.
Like there's a strain at Optimus by Culture Clory out of Quebec. Darcy smelled it or had some of the orange Cushmans. Smells like orange candy, like rock candy.
Yeah.
It does.
This smells
like that. That's an example.
But here's another one.
You said that was with Optimus?
Yeah, the orange
I
Cushman.
thought I seen that on their website.
And actually, he'll have a strain here soon, hopefully really soon, called Donair Kush, and it's like a slap in the face when you open that bag. Holy shit.
I got some right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think she may have actually got to partake in some.
I just got a new vaporizer and got to try some in the vape, and oh my god, is it ever yummy!
And to be fair, it does not taste like Donair.
No,
but it tastes fucking good. Yes.
You know what's funny? You East Coast strains, like all of them have the same. I feel like they have similar terps.
Probably. I'm trying to remember what's in that one.
Like
no, but a lot of trail
stanky,
cannabis ones are
stinky weed for sure.
Oh, they'll all be stinky for us, but
Smells so good.
I'll be honest. We probably have a lot of Cushmans, a lot of cookies, and a lot of stuff we do, don't we, Darcy?
A lot of I was gonna good. I'm glad Lenny said it because I was gonna say it, but
no,
I didn't know I could.
but really, a lot of the stuff
we're kind of Kush mints heavy.
Garlic.
Okay,
that
what
just
is the
means
strain
Kush
that
and
you
garlic.
got had for like 6 or 7 years on the market?
Now that Donair Kush, I find, has a little bit of vanilla at the end of her.
Tim, stop at McDonald's for me, would you?
No, but anytime you guys want a traffic report, that's what I'm here for. So you just let me know.
I hope you go through a ride. I really do.
So you have the eye on the sky, then you got Timmy on the fly.
Next thing you know, there's a white Bronco traveling down the 401.
Timmy, you should just take us to a dispensary.
I think so.
I don't even know where one would be.
You're not Mississauga, I'm assuming.
That's funny. I'm so out of my regular zone right now.
I don't think you've ever come on the show before.
I don't think he has either.
So what are we talking about? Like, what can I
weed.
bring to the table as a
Talk about cannabis.
You guys can talk about your Lyft show.
Do we have a guest?
Well, like I said, Tammi from the Indigenous Cup is supposed to be joining us, but if she doesn't, we have lots to talk about. Yes,
Okay.
I went to Lyft. I was there. Mary Jane was there.
Yes, I ran into you at Lyft.
Well, kinda. You ran into Al. You ran into Al's pocket.
I had to chase Al down. That man is fast.
You know what? He covered so much.
He's fast. Oh, wait. Can we do show and tell? I got some stuff to show off from Lyft besides my Donair Kush that I got.
Okay, I'm lighting this up.
I got the jersey.
Saw
from
those.
Hill.
Did you have to pay for it?
No. And of course, it says Doobie. And the newbie has one of his own.
Nice, yeah.
And then I got... Oh, this thing's heavy. Have you seen a castle unit yet?
Hang on. Let me make you bigger.
Is that the ones from the guys in Newfoundland?
I don't know.
I think it is. They have the spinning wheel?
Yes, they had the spinny wheel.
Yeah, they were good old-fashioned Newfoundlanders.
So while you're showing that,
That's why they're super nice.
did you notice there were no LPs there?
Yes, there were.
I
Not
didn't
many.
see any. I was surprised you guys weren't there, to be honest, Len.
We were sponsored. We were on the Jen was there Saturday, and I was there with Matt and Jen on Friday. We didn't do a booth. We actually just hung out in the bud tender zone. Put it this way, we're obviously there. Mary Jane would have had that Donair Kush.
They've invited us to go to Vegas or San Francisco or whatever, but yeah, we don't have anybody out there, so that's unfortunate. But
Wait a minute. Is that Lennie on the show?
That is.
Yep, that's Lennie.
Yeah, because Timmy can't see.
I can't stare into the camera. So
Yeah, no. Yeah, hey Timmy.
So, just so you know, let's make this a public thing here.
I'm going to bring your mic up here a bit, Tim. Go ahead.
Okay. So, Mary Jane and I had a chance to talk to Jen at the end.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Yes.
Thing. And I'm going to tell you something. Whatever you guys are doing over there at Truro is mind-blowing. I didn't understand anything you told me, but she knows the cannabis industry and what you guys are doing, the science behind it, like nothing I had ever heard before. It was absolutely...
That's funny. I was going to send Lennie a message on Monday and be like, Jen deserves a raise. Like, that woman, not only does she work hard, but she knows her shit. And like Timmy's saying, not just in the industry, but I knew half of the things that she told Timmy, but I never would have been able to say it as eloquently and like point by point as she did, and with passion.
You got passion and energy, no question.
But I'll say this too, and sorry if the rain starts to drive me out here, but
jeez.
But so in my
we need the rain.
In my 5-year journey of kind of talking to cannabis people and organizations and businesses through interviews, all that stuff, in most cases, and it's true with all industries, most people only know the surface level of what they're dealing with. And what impressed me, not just about Jen, but what she told me about Truro in general, is that this is an organization and has people working for it that know such a deeper level, not just the here's what we sell or here's why we sell it, but here is the reason why it works from the very bottom. And I wish that more organizations would really train, because I think education is lacking. I thought it was just miseducation not happening outside of the industry. But I'm finding there's a lack of education in the industry about the really depth of the cannabis plant, how it works, how it can be used, how it can be maximized. For the individual user to say, a question I keep asking people is, why do you smoke? And most people can't answer the question. And I think it's a pretty important question, especially as a medical plant, to say, I think you should be able to ask that question. I don't think people are going deep enough.
I'm just processing it, Timmy. I'm just trying to figure out how to answer it.
Well, see, and Jen even went down to talk about like how many employees you guys have and how many different families you guys, that rely on you guys as a company as a whole. So that's what drives her personally to like make this company work and make it better and make it successful. And, that's the passion that like Timmy's talking about that you don't even see sometimes with a lot of these.
Well, I'll speak more like.
Well,
Darcy and Marcel can call bullshit on me anytime they want and some of this stuff, but because they work there or still work there, and my thing is it's about transparency and honesty of what we are. 60, 70 employees. We grow everything in house. If we don't like it, we don't release it. We're going to grow indicas because most of our staff like smoking indicas and the medical patients roast them. That's basically it. We try to price it right. We're shitty marketers. Small, private. Hope to survive. That's straight up what Truro Cannabis is.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
it's
that's about it. I don't want to sound I don't want to sound conceited or anything here, Lenny, but ain't that why we started the company?
What's that?
I said I don't want to sound conceited or anything here, Lenny, but isn't that why we started the company?
Oh no, just to provide a very good product out for people. It was medical first. Obviously, I'll be honest, Turo turned into a recreational company like everybody. Hence why you have Optimus kicking around. But it is what it is. You got to pay the bills, right? You got to keep the people employed, keep the staff.
Which I applaud you about for taking that initiative, Len. That's it's
Oh,
something we need.
I actually just found that out the other day, as you guys all know. I was like, what? Turo's not medical, but then you guys are like, it's okay. You can still get Turo through medical, but over here through Optimus.
Basically, what Lenny has done is he's created the same type of storefront online that Shoppers Drug Mart has through his pharmacy.
I just did it myself.
Yeah. Those prices are amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Now, I'll be
compared to the other
transparent.
places I've looked for medical. I was like, whoa.
I'll be transparent. Like, some of that product is getting a little bit older, but it's still pretty good because of the nitrogen cans, a lot of them. And Turo / East Can or anybody, sometimes they're just trying to get rid of it.
So you're putting in the stuff that you get for wherever you're getting it now, and then
basically
you're
my
putting in
proposal
your tins, right?
Yeah, so my basic proposal to every LP that I work with is,
there you go.
Listen, I don't do a big markup. If it's good shit,
I'm going to mute you, Tim, just so you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know he likes
if
to be
it's-
called Timmy, but a Tim is a
if
Tim.
it's getting a little bit older, like, we'll sell it. Like I say, I'll be honest, there's some mac and cheese going on Optimus next week. It'll be $99 an ounce. But guess what? It's getting to be 9 months old. Darcy packed it this week. He'll tell you if it's still decent.
There's nothing wrong. There's not a fucking thing wrong with that stuff.
No, but it's not
actually me and Nick packed it, so
it's not a brand new batch. It's starting to get a little older, so we're trying to just dump some of it out. So for us, versus letting it go bad, we'd rather sell it, get some cash flow out. Optimus buys it cheap. We offer it cheap to the patient. Simple as that. Now you'll see Titanium and Down Air Kush.
And
Turo's getting pretty good money for that.
Nick is saying
It's not going to be super cheap.
he likes the mac and cheese. That must be the Nick you were talking about.
Oh, there's Nick. Yeah, Nick and Darcy will tell you if it's a. But no, it's an older lot, and it was starting to hang around, so it's all right, time to start moving it.
I was looking at those little pre-rolls, whatever they have some cool name or whatever, but they're only like $3-4.
Oh, the Stinky Sticks.
Yeah, they're only $3-4 for medical. I was like, that's friggin' awesome.
Yeah, it's just a single joint. It's just
those
and
things
get some
depending
bigger
on
packs of joints.
depending on which one you.
Go ahead, Darcy.
Yeah, depending on which one you get, MJ.
Yeah.
Because they're stinky sticks, so they're a mixture.
They're blend.
The ones that they're a blend, yeah. But the ones that we got, holy fuck, man, they'll nuke you, man.
It's
really
the same
will.
lot, Darcy. We haven't.
They're tasty as fuck,
It's
too.
all the same lot still.
What is the
Yeah, that's like a surprise bag of joints.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
What's the web address for
really good.
Optimus, Len?
Oh, it's just www.optimus, like OPTIMUS, cannabis.ca.
Why did you choose Optimus? I know the
So
answer.
it's medical. So what I wanted was medical uses a lot of Latin phrases, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, give me a Latin word for premium or like, and there's a bunch of words came up, and like, I actually can't even remember. I think I had Prime originally, or Prime Medical or something like that, and because it was a lot, and I couldn't get it. And then I did another search, I found Optimus, and I'll be honest, Transformers geek.
And the reason I brought that up is because apparently there's a new movie on the way.
Yeah, apparently, but if you even look at the lettering,
No,
it's
I haven't.
similar to the
I only
Transformers.
saw Jess out there with you guys said that she saw that there was a new one coming out, and
yeah, there is, but no, but it was Optimus means like premier, like obviously you think optimal, but like it's
Optimus
it's a
Prime.
Latin word. And obviously, when I saw the name, I did geek out from the Transformers world and Optimus Prime. And
Lenny's a nerd.
Yeah, and even the logo, it was honestly, let's start playing off the font of Transformers a little bit. And then,
How many strains do you have now?
Right now, I don't know. Probably, I just sold out a couple more, but there's a few. There is, but I actually have a couple more pre-rolls. Some Newfoundland company, give them a shout out. Oceanic Relief for.
You did grab some of their stuff, did you?
I did grab. I got some an infused joint and black cookie pre-rolls coming in.
Who did we just lose?
I chatted to them through Instagram, eh?
Oh, do you? And
yeah, I've been following them, man. I like their shit. Their shit looks fire.
And when I was in Toronto, Chris,
Toronto, not Toronto.
Sorry, Toronto. Yeah, people out west can tell us from Nova Scotia, by the way. Pretty quick.
I went into a camera store in New York City, and I asked if I could have a discount, and I hear Buddy in the back talking to his boss. Some Canadian guy, he's talking like a U.S. guy, and he wants a discount.
But no, Christoph from Culture Glory, I met up with him, and I'll tell you, he's got some nice stuff coming. The next Orange Cushman's, I think he's got Blue Pave coming, and he has a killer biscotti.
Well, I'm going to sign up as soon as I get my fucking paperwork in.
But honestly, I actually leave it up to the micro or the LP to really dictate the price.
It's what you get it at.
I basically, I said, you tell me what you need to make. I literally put the dollar excise tax on, so and depending on the size of the format.
What's your price range?
I try to keep the Primo stuff $8 to $9 or less, but I really do let the LP dictate it as like how much do you need per gram, because I tell them I'm putting a dollar excise on it and anywhere from $1 to $2.50 markup a gram. So I said, you decide what you need to make it. You're going to know what the retail price is because I'm telling you what I'm going to mark it up to. I'm letting them dictate it. It's not me like I'm only giving you $1.50. It's none of that shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
There's no squabbling.
No, that doesn't allow them to do their business, right?
That's
so
right.
I say, it's your business, it's your product. You tell me what you feel the consumer, patient, are going to be happy with their value, and I let them dictate it. Christoph's a perfect example. I think his 8 ounces, his shit's Primo. I think it's $139.99. His ounces are, I bet you his ounce bags are better than fucking anyone's in Canada.
I don't know any other LP that is doing this for medical patients, Len. Thank you for all of us. Seriously.
Oh, no, again, it's...
Like, I just want to say, Len, I mean, you're a special individual, bud. He does programs at his drugstore. He does, what do you call it? Help, please.
I don't
know. The program that you do, the replacement program.
Oh, method opiate.
Yeah, he has a methadone program. I mean, he if you call and sign up on Optimus, you're probably going to be talking with Len at some point. He is a pharmacist.
Much 95% of the calls it's going to be me.
Well, he
already reached out to me when I registered. He's
I have others that watch the emails. I have other people that get the emails and stuff, but they don't answer unless they know I'm not going to.
Kudos to you, buddy. Thank you very much from all us medical patients, because there's been a lot of people. There's been a lot of people, Len, talking the talk about doing that for medical. Okay, and now you're doing it. Shoppers is pulling out of it.
Yeah,
Well,
they were doing it. They're trying to. They're corporate, right? And so people ask me already, what's your margin? It's like, my margin probably, if I was a corporate looker, maybe 15 to 25%, which is like, holy fuck, you can't survive off that. It's like, well, yeah, I can. I keep my costs down. I'm not doing a whole lot of fucking marketing. I'm not having a whole lot of employees. My rent's pretty cheap. It's just...
You don't need to market, Lenny. Word of mouth is all you need.
The medical community, Len. I mean, I've been sitting here in it almost 20 years. Okay, the medical
It'll go-
community
it'll-
will make
it'll
that travel when they find out that you're up and up about it, because there's been a lot of businesses out there, both legal and illegal, and quasi-illegal, that say one thing and do another because all they're really worried about is the buck. Okay, what Len is worried about, and I know this is...
I get everyone has to make a living and stuff, so I don't ever
But
judge
you want it
anyone
to
on-
help. You're doing it to help people, not just to give them a
I'm
buzz.
trying to make it a fair price.
That's
To
right.
say the hardworking producer, micro or whatever, like they have to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage them. It's like, guys, just remember these are medical patients. This is their hard-earned cash. They're paying for their medicine. That's my only message to the people selling it to me. And I say, I had another micro that I'm probably bringing on as well, that someone introduced to me too. And here's the other thing I do too. I take their word for it. They tell me, you tell me how good your weed is. And it's all, this is good, this is good. Or you tell me what it's worth. Great.
Come on, you try it.
I buy a case.
You try it. Come on, you try it.
No.
No?
I mean, like, I bring it in without trying it first.
Really?
I don't look at it. I get the C of A.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's clean. All right. Fair. But I said, I'm not, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I need to see a sample. I got to taste it before. It's like, no, you tell me if it's good.
Yeah.
I just tell them, listen, if you rip me off, you're not going to sell another case.
And that's how it works.
And I shouldn't say you rip me off. If you rip off the patients and they don't buy it, and it doesn't flow through.
Well, yeah, exactly. If it doesn't sell, you won't get another batch.
That's
out
the
of
thing,
you.
Lenny. That's the thing. Is if the patient doesn't buy it, well, then obviously it's not as good as what you said it was.
Everyone will buy it once, and if they don't buy it again, that means, well, geez, it wasn't that goddamn good, or it's overpriced. And I'll mark it down.
Exactly.
And if I take a hit on it, so what? But
once I get signed up, I'm going to start.
Quebec is my perfect example.
I'm going to start
evaluated his
reviewing the
product.
weed that I get from you guys, because it's from different. It's not just from Truro; it's from different companies.
Oh yeah, no,
So-
my vision was to get all the like Nova Scotia companies on there, and I have 3. I'd like to get a couple more some point. But
Are you going to do concentrates, edibles, things like that? Are you allowed to?
Yeah, I will. I'll be honest. Edibles, they are coming. I have a pharmaceutical issue with edibles because of the sugar.
Yep.
But people are working on me to finally bring some in.
Isn't it like the same thing as taking a capsule?
That's why I kind of promote the soft gel, just because there's no sugar.
Right? Like that's
But
too.
again, you know what? Someone saying, "Well, I'd really like the gummy or the chocolate." And I was like, "All right, fuck it, I'll bring it in." But
So eat a damn regular gummy and take your capsule.
like, I'm not a big fan of. I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of fucking distillate vape pens, but I have a couple on the menu because I see some patients. Hey, you live in an apartment in Toronto, you want to sneak a little weed because you know what I mean. I get it. You're traveling; it's not always easy to take your flower. I get it. So I did put a couple products on. I don't consider a distillate pen a very good medical device, to be fair, but I could see the potential need for a patient in certain situations to need one, so I put it on there. But I will get some hash and rosin on there at some point too.
I'm still sitting there waiting for you.
What's that?
I said it's still sitting there waiting for you. I looked at it again today, sitting there.
Oh, did it? Okay, yeah, but it is coming. But no, I still like bragging up Christoph. I think he's been a perfect, but I think he's perfect example. He just did things so perfect. Told me the price he needed. Sent me a couple products. I've sold through a few of them 3 times now. Darcy's had a few of them. The Kush Mints, the OMG. I think you had the Terps too, didn't you? Purple.
The OMG is really nice.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like
OMG. I wish I had a sound effect for that.
Yeah, but he's a guy. I think he nailed the value of his product, and just it's working out perfectly.
Perfect.
I have people keep repeat buying it, so that's
what's
helping
important.
them.
Yeah, no, that stuff's really nice.
I have found a few strains through OCS or at the legal store that I like. The Sun Farms jet fuel gelato. I just had some of that. That was really nice.
I thought you were going to say Pink Kush.
No.
You mean First Class Funk? Did I say that?
I enjoy the original stash Durban Poison is nice as well. So I have not tried any churro just simply because I can't get ounces, and that's what I buy. So we're
not. Here the transparency, and the reason churro doesn't do ounces is because basically we lose money in the legal world.
Yeah, I get that.
To be honest, I don't think any company actually makes any money on an ounce in the legal space.
Really?
Well, here's what it is. What are you paying for an ounce at OCS?
It was $109, I think.
$109.
No. It was $121, I think.
So $121 right off the get-go, minus what, 13%?
No, that's included. But
I'm just retrograding it back to you. So $121 minus 13%, 105 minus 28 minus 30% markup. They're making $1 a gram, $1.25 a gram. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe you're an outdoor grower or something like that, or like greenhouse perhaps.
I noticed that there's more and more $100 ounces at OCS. OCS is also selling. They have specials. They're the old weed that you were talking about. That they get rid of for. I've seen 67. I think it was.
Yeah, I went online right now just to check to see if the OCS has ounces under 100. They've got 20 in stock.
Yeah. And what that is,
but that doesn't mean every store will carry that. That's through OCS.
Yes, you have to order it through them.
Like if you go to Canna Cabana, which is where I went to get the kit. I like Canna Cabana. We've had them on the show. Really good people. And although they're just a business, they try and make your experience okay. You walk in, you look, you ask questions, you say, okay, this one, please, and you leave. The only thing I don't like about going into the legal store is I like to buy more than one thing.
It's hard with your 30 grams.
Because you have to argue about the fact that, okay, well then do 2 transactions, please. I don't want to leave and then come back.
Yeah, I know, it's tough.
Well, you can buy multiple things. You just can't buy multiple ounces. You can't exceed.
It's the 30.
You can only go up as high as 30 grams.
So I think you'll see, like in 2024, like they are doing some consultation. I think you'll see that go up to 60 to 90.
I hope so, because it's kind of annoying.
It's going to. The 2 big things you'll eventually see change. You'll see the edible 10 milligram go up. Like you're going to see the quantity go up.
They are in meetings now. With these changes, as Len just mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
But
we're talking 2024.
They're also talking about changes to the medical stuff too. So I think,
hopefully in a good way.
I think what they're trying to hope for and what they're trying to aim for is the fact that a lot of people, more and more and more medical cannabis patients in Canada are so fucking sick of the application process and the bullshit that goes around with getting your doctor to sign it, that they're just going into the legal stores, finding strains that work for them, and buying them. That's why it's so important you're doing what you're doing, Len.
Oh, okay. Well, still the document. I did my consultation, and I said basically, my advice is just let it go into pharmacies. If you want to keep it truly medical, make it go into
If that's what has to happen, then that's what happens.
The doctor can write just a normal fucking prescription. And just that way, if someone's truly medical, they can go get it in the pharmacy.
Well, I mean, not everybody.
And it can also be tax-free.
Recreationally, or
let's
medically,
get it
not
covered,
everybody can afford to grow their
the
own.
coverage is a whole other animal because you're dealing with the private insurance world, and they're just dicks.
That'll happen too. There are ways.
To be honest, it won't.
There are ways to get disability to pay for your cannabis and things like that.
I had to fight to get them to pay $300 for a vaporizer. I literally had to get a script from the doctor saying that the only way I could consume was through smoking through a vaporizer.
Yeah. Oh no! But I say, will you see global coverage of Blue Cross covering cannabis? Not in my fucking lifetime. I don't believe so. Farmer doesn't want that covered, right? They're going to fight that out.
If you don't want to go through the system, then grow your own. I understand that a lot of people can't afford to do it. A lot of people don't know how to do it. A lot of people don't risk it. I'm a newbie. I am learning how to grow.
And I'm also going to bring up the human nature, and this is probably why you're seeing pre-roll sales go up. Human beings are lazy in general.
I'm surprised somebody has not come out with a package of cigarettes style dubs. A pack.
Oh,
they actually have them out.
Do they? I haven't seen them. So, I mean, I don't buy pre-rolls.
They're coming out bigger and bigger.
Good.
They're coming out bigger and bigger.
Pack 40 has them.
Like it's like the size of a cigarette?
Oh, they're super thin.
Yeah, it looks just like a cigarette.
Oh, is it that thick?
Well, no, they're only 0.35s now, MJ.
0.5, like this here is a 0.5.
Like Optimus is getting 12
theirs are
packs.
0.35.
I haven't. If you're wondering where Tammy is, we don't know. She didn't.
I sent her a message. She said, "Yep, we're here."
Okay, cool. So maybe she'll come in. She didn't answer my email, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
Yeah.
And don't be shocked if I bring out a 30 pack in the next 6 months.
Ooh, I like the sounds of that, but I'm not going to want to pack them.
Yeah, is that a gram, Mary Jane, or is that here? Let me make you bigger.
Ooh, make me bigger.
There you go. Is that a gram or is that a 0.5? Most of them are 0.5s.
Okay, so this is a gram.
Yes.
This is a 0.5.
Yeah, big difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's
and then you can get 1.5s as well, can you not?
Oh yeah.
Do you do pre-rolls at Truro, Len?
Oh, do we, Darcy?
Oh yeah, that's a stupid question.
I packaged fucking 31,000 of them bitches this week. Fucking me and Nick are beat, man, and so was the rest of our packing team. We're fucking just beat.
We only do 0.5.
So yes, we do pack pre-rolls out.
Awesome.
Yeah. No, the reason we went 0.5 was the perfect number, believe it or not, is probably 0.75.
Yes.
It is probably the perfect number, but here's what you got into the conundrum.
Why?
Most people don't smoke a full gram. And a lot of people are quite content with the 0. We went to 0.5.
I just did.
If somebody wants another one, just blaze up another one.
Yeah, but then it's you get halfway through the second one and you want to put it out.
And that's what I'm saying. The perfect, the sweet spot's probably 0.7, 0.75. But for average, like what a true consumer really wants. But
Mary Jane, your audio is off sync with your video, and it's very funny.
Is that?
Yeah.
See,
the one
watch.
I can't get over is these like 0.33s and shit. Is like, Jesus Christ.
Is it fixed?
No.
I know they're 0.35s, Lenny. Those are crazy.
And I think I even seen a 0.33 and a 0.35. Like they're like, just holy fuck. They'll be like done. I was like, really? Go buy a vaporizer.
That's definitely for the newbie, I guess.
Yeah, that's a Timmy joint.
That's a Timmy joint.
It's actually a nice size for me, where I just want the taste of it to see whether or not I want more.
I like the one. I like 1 1/4 papers. It's about it's 1 1/4 joints.
Yeah, but then
going,
do you roll the size of your finger?
Sometimes. But no, not usually. Usually, about 7.5.
You realize, though, that smoking cannabis is the most inefficient way to use it, right?
Oh yes, of course I do.
Oh yeah.
But it works the fastest.
Hello, Tammy.
Hello.
Let me guess. My fucking volume is off.
There you go. Now your fucking volume is on.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? I'm just kidding.
We can hear you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So, Tammy is one of the organizers at the Indigenous Cannabis Cup, which everybody I know in Ontario, Al Graham and Mary Jane goes, and I've never been because I've always had other things going on when you guys are having your thing. And now I live way the fuck up near Thunder Bay, so I won't be again. But I will be in Al Graham's pocket, and I'm sure that we will talk with Tammy when we're there, because we're planning on
if she's not running around,
hanging around. Well, it's hard to track down every time we are at Harvest Fest, or is it Harvest Fest? Yeah, Harvest Fest in Nova Scotia. Can't get but 3.5 seconds with Deb.
Yeah.
Or even Marcel.
Well, I've seen all of the runnings around of Tammy during the day,
Mhm.
and I could just imagine all the planning that happens before,
Yep.
and all of the care on the days of.
Marcel's back.
You're always very good at that, Tammy.
So please,
A 1-year process.
please tell us what the Indigenous Cannabis Cup is, please, and thanks.
Will you start since you guys started it?
Can't hear you. You're too
Hang
far.
on 1 second. Sorry.
Too far
We're
away
in
from
the
the
middle
mic.
of today's the last day for all of the entries to the Cannabis Cup.
Yep.
And so we're actually here. We only have a week turnaround to get the kits out. And we have over 75 entries this year. So we're a little bit panicked because that's double the usual amount of entries. So there's a lot of shit to do.
Does it grow every year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What? So this is the 4th?
6th.
Oh,
6th.
already 6.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember I remember the first one starting, and you've had some pretty big performers there as well. Luckily, tell us, take us through a little bit of a tour. Tell us why, first of all. We couldn't hear you. That's why I stopped. You want to try again?
Go ahead, you start. Start the origin story.
Still can't hear you. You probably have to be right in front of the mic.
I'm gonna need you to not touch the paper for 20 minutes.
No, it's not
it's
that.
not the
It's just
paper.
we can't hear her voice. We can hear you, but not her.
Maybe it's just where she's sitting.
Yeah.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
Move it a little bit more. A little bit more towards you.
Closer.
And closer. Try again.
now? Better?
No, you're really muffled for some reason. I don't know why.
Tammy's just so loud.
All right, I'm gonna turn the computer just a little bit more towards you. Okay, now try again.
Does this sound better?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So the cup originally started out being a event that was created for like networking purposes between businesses, but it was also open to the public as well. But the main first day that everybody was to get here, they did trading amongst businesses with information, product, and even at the time there was a lot of stores from like Tainanaga itself that would come in to make connections to get all different sorts of product for their own stores
It
here.
was
to be able to have
more of a swap.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, which is different. But you guys being on the reservation, you don't have to worry about. Well, I guess you have to worry because you never know what the police are going to do. But I've been involved in the past, as Mary Jane has, as Marcel and everybody else, in what they now call the legacy markets. Yep. I helped at Gunjanistas in Hamilton, the markets that we had there, and we were seeing 250 people walk through the door in a night. Mm-hmm. And I can only imagine that because Tainanaga isn't that far from the city. It's a weekend away or a day trip. It's an interesting area. There's lots to do out there, but this festival, like, they kind of take over for the weekend, don't you? A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that you're doing it either, right?
Well, it's not even that people don't like it. And in the beginning, it was a lot of people were scared because of the influx coming into the community itself. Naturally, we've had an influx for a lot of outsiders, I guess you could call them, coming in to get smokes and gas all the time. But now that people are coming in for cannabis and everything, like, here on the reserve, we have like band council, which is like, I guess, kind of, you could say, federally run in a way. Like, that's the system that they follow. And then we also have our longhouse and our clan people. And for my family, those are our important people. So those are who we went to ask for permission. So we asked for their permission before we even opened up our store Smoke Signals in itself, and then did the same thing about doing the Cannabis Cup. We made sure that we asked them and made sure that everything was okay. And they said, yes, as long as some sort of way that you're giving back to the community, like financially wise. And so last year, the group that we gave away to was the midwives that are here in the community, and we raised $3,000 for them.
Wow.
And it was a good time at the time because they were in transition into moving into a new building. So it really helped them with a lot of different things that they needed.
Cool. What kind of, are you inviting the legal market? That's a question for Tammi.
Okay. So it's open to everybody.
Okay.
It's not exclusive in that anybody is allowed or is not allowed to participate or attend. But I would believe that due to the government regulations, I don't think any LPs are looking to sign up anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel like if any legal market people are there, they're going to be there in regular clothing.
Yes.
Event.
Question. How do I get it so that we could see you guys? We could only see ourselves.
You should have a screen in front of you that
big.
You just
He
have to
made you
make
big
it.
so you can only see yourself.
Oh, I get what you mean. Well, yeah, we're talking. You want to see everybody? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, like it's no fun looking at ourselves.
I'm going to put you up here in the center, and we'll put Mary Jane down at the bottom there.
Yeah,
She's the bottom square.
Looking at ourselves.
You're not the first person to talk. I start having a conversation. I forget to turn the cameras around and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I'm like,
so it's your sixth one, yeah.
Yeah.
And who you got coming this year?
As far
performances and even vendors.
Well, we have a lot of vendors.
I'm going to get you to move your computer back towards you.
It's weird. The mic only picks it up if it's aiming.
It's right in front of you. Yeah.
Right. So this year, like usual, we don't actually release the vendor list until closer to the event for safety purposes.
Yep.
We have listed a few performers, but again, during that last month is when we really
push it,
hit the ground running with what we have and who we're bringing, and there's no point in releasing that too early on in the season.
Makes sense.
Even though I would like to state that we do pretty much know what's happening before this year started.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. Somebody's asking a question. Dale, why don't you just ask, buddy? Dale's shy. He doesn't like to open up his mic. Okay.
Well, it's a weekend event, right?
It's a weekend event, yeah.
So that's a Dale, that is a misconception. If during 2020 when we had some, whatever shenanigans, the OPP made it very clear that whoever was saying that they're waiting on the other side of the highway for everybody to leave the reservation, it's absolutely ludicrous. That is not how things work.
Okay, now I just have to say, I had a place up near Alderville, I have physically and standing in front of me seen the OPP waiting on the side of the road in front of the dispensaries, pulling people over. I have seen it with my eyes.
Was that here in Tyne-and-Dega, or you're
No, in
speaking on
Alderville.
No, he's talking about Alderville. So there, I know the
It's different.
Tammy's talking.
I
about.
realize that. Yeah.
It's prevented me from going, and I will tell you that if I would have gotten into my car and drove to Smoke Signals, I would have been perfectly fine to enter the event.
Oh, I'm sure you would.
Everybody else did that decided to go, but there were rumors going around, and it probably was, probably by some government or OPP or something, just to prevent, because they didn't want a lot of people in the area, and they were worried about all that other crap.
We used to go for the May 2-4 weekend down at Cayuga Speedway, just south of Hamilton. And thousands of people there on the weekend, drinking and doing everything else. It's a 3-day wow. And they would sit out front. Now, this is not on the res, but they would sit out front and watch everybody going in and out of the gate. That's their job.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would also like to point out
jurisdiction.
Again, correct. And different reservations in different areas have different things.
Exactly.
That take place.
Exactly.
I want to say I was blessed enough when I missed the name of the person that was speaking before Tammy, but she mentioned the Longhouse.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be accepted into one of those meetings, one of the ones about cannabis. And this was just after the OPP had forced the chief to go around to the stores and say, like, you need to close down.
Yeah.
And as an outsider, it was so nice to see them working together and like coming to a common, like, no, we're going to stand together and this is our right.
Yeah.
And so like Tyne-and-Dega has always made me feel comfortable in that area when it comes to being there, whether I'm
I've been there as well.
We work with the OPP and the health department. So I would also like to make that very clear.
Good.
And I'm from Hamilton, so I'm quite familiar with the politics of reservations, considering I live near one that's probably the most politically challenged in all of Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
So very well versed on the ins and I realize that outsiders that aren't from Tyne-and-Dega or from this community, their perception of other reservations and how things are treated, it's the same here. It's not the same. No. This is a community. This is definitely a community that works together. They believe in independence. They believe in each other's independence. They support each other's independence. And there is no fights with the police officers. There's no fights with cops here. That's not how it goes here.
Great. Yeah. You know, I'm in Terrace Bay, which is just 3 hours shy of Thunder Bay. There is a res every 20 kilometers around here.
Absolutely.
Everywhere. And no weed. Oh. None.
Well, I find that kind of interesting considering a hefty portion of our entries come from that area.
Well, they may be growing it, but there's no stores. You can't go on to a reservation like Pays Platts. You can go up there, you can get smokes, you can get gas, and no weed. Nothing. I believe it's because of the issues, the drug issues that they're having in Thunder Bay. And the Chiefs just don't want it. Like, it's not even up. They have a legal store in Fort Williams, and that's it.
Right.
Right. And when I came up here, around the Sioux, there's a few. Mm-hmm. You know, right on the highway.
I think that's what Tammy was getting at, though. Like, because
everybody's different.
It's all different. Just
that's
like
right.
Our cities are different. The tribe or clan.
Yeah, as you get. That's right. I mean, the BC. I've been to many different reservations in BC. I've been to different reservations in like all over the place. And I will say it is completely different in every single one that I've stepped foot on. Nothing has ever been the same. The only thing that's been the same is that they are for community, and their primary focus is
the community, people,
to help each other and to focus on growth. And I've always been like that in the city, and so it was always just a natural fit. Plus, I have like a lot of my family are from reservations, so
Okay, you brought up the city. Are you able to talk to us about that? What's going on?
Well, I live in Hamilton.
No, with
What do you wanna know?
regards to smoke-signals in the city.
What about there's no smoke signals in the city?
Really? Oh, okay. My bad.
I think you're thinking about Medicine Wheel.
Oh, Medicine Wheel. Okay. I thought it was you guys.
Okay, and in light of that, I will make a statement.
Okay.
I always have something to say, so let's make something clear.
Okay.
To anybody that's listening, if you see an Indigenous store in the city
Yes.
that says that they are operating under the laws of whatever Indigenous community that they say, I would be very cautious as to that, as
Fact.
laws are different in the city, and we
Yeah.
know that. So
Yes.
if you're saying I'm the Mississauga credit and I'm operating out of wherever, I'd be very hesitant. I'd be a little more educated on your Indigenous laws before thinking that take it for what it is.
Yeah.
I would look into that. That's right, because it only applies to reservations. So a city shop that says we are protected by certain Indigenous, well, that only counts there. It
Yes.
doesn't count.
Yes, and that's exactly why I brought it up. Okay.
Well, I
so-
figured that's why I thought,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's
Well,
just address
thank
that
you.
regardless.
Thank you for that, because you didn't have to. You could have just blown it off, and that would have
Well,
been
I'm
fine
from
too.
Hamilton. Like I said, I'm from the city. I see
Yep.
a lot. I hear a lot. I'm from a politically challenged reservation area to start with. So I try
Somebody came in. Oh, I'm on camera. Run.
Well, there's a team of us trying to get through this
I know.
shit show of
Yeah.
products, which I might add is super exciting. Like, Mary Jane, I just want to say it's better than any Christmas packages I've ever opened in my freaking life. I'm telling you right now.
I believe it. Well, I'm not far from you, so if you do need help, send me a message.
Oh, we might need help tomorrow, so I might actually message you.
Send me a message.
Because it is literally double. It's triple.
I know that Al
what?
dropped off some
Tomorrow
stuff
is
earlier
date
too.
day, so I might have another pair of hands with me.
The newbie?
And yes, the newbie.
Oh my God, he would be fucking mind blown if he saw all this stuff. He wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, for sure. Send me a message.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to
I will
help.
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be.
I
You
can
got to
imagine it's a
record
lot of
that. That would be funny.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
in between working, of course, because like we need to get this shit done. Come on, what do you
Oh my
think? this
God,
is?
yeah. It's a very short turnaround. Well, and because too, like, other events, they usually take about a month to get Cannabis Cup stuff out, and we do it in less than a week.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of work and teamwork and dedication
I
that
was going
goes
to say
into
you need a
this
team.
every year.
You need a lot of hands for sure.
I wish there was a lot of hands.
Oh, speaking of a lot of hands, did you guys hear what happened this week at the Divvy farm in Port Hope? Okay, so I got an email saying that the company Divvy was having a planting party, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and I signed up until I realized this company actually expected me to go there in clothing ready to plant. I thought it was just hey, come check out our plants. It's a planting party. But I'm like, wait, I actually have to
Well,
put
they have
plants in the
painting
ground?
parties.
So it was like a painting tricking party, and actually, you don't even get
no,
pizza. I
it's
come
not-
plant all my shit.
No, a painting party, in my opinion, is when I come to your house and we all have our own little canvases and we do painting.
Yeah.
Not coming to your house and having to paint your whole fucking apartment. That's basically that's basically what Divvy did the other day. They're like, come to our property, we'll give you snacks and whatever, but you have to plant these plants for us. I was like, are they even allowed to do that?
In the 70s, my mom would have renovation parties where she would invite all her friends over on a weekend, and they would literally tackle one room at a time, ripping walls down and drinking and smoking pot and
What kind of plants were they planting?
Cannabis plants.
Cannabis plants.
Really?
Yeah.
How many?
Hey, dude.
Apparently, you could plant 3 plants each.
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm like, is this even allowed? I'm like, I don't know.
I've never heard that before. That's
Part
a
of-
new
as
tactic.
a cannabis consumer, I'm like, hey, that would be cool to go and plant a plant and name it. You get to name it. But I'm like, as an advocate, I'm like, that's a fucking cash crop. And you're building your business
Free.
on the backs of us
Free.
people that are just
Absolutely.
like, hey, and you gave us pop and
I'm
chips
gonna
and
take a
whatever the fuck.
selfie. Yeah, you can take a selfie if you want. Come do our work.
There you
I'm
go.
just like, I feel really wrong about that, so I couldn't go.
Yeah, I wouldn't go.
So
I'm
wait.
like, to all the people that went, I hope it was a great experience, but I'm just like, I feel really wrong about it.
I got my own garden to
plants?
plant.
What's that?
Only 3 plants?
Each person that went was allowed to plant 3 plants. Apparently all the holes were dug, like it was just like there was plastic in the ground, like they just like put the plant with their gloves on. But like, how sanitary is this? I'm like, I have so many questions. I can't, my brain can't wrap my head around it. With all the rules and regulations, how was that allowed?
Well, yeah, I mean, the legalities of it.
But don't forget, it just gets
inviting
microwaved
people
before it
where
goes
your
out.
crop is.
It just gets microwaved before it goes out anyway, so don't worry about those hand germs.
You know, like, oh.
Let's be real. Those radiation machines are ready to go, so don't you worry about a little hand germs in the afternoon on a Saturday.
That's terrible.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It is.
Hey.
Yo.
Halfway.
Huh?
Ooh, is it break time?
Oh, yeah, it's break time. Yeah, let's have a break.
Tea.
We will be right back.
Okay.
Is 420 camping your thing? Do you like cannabis cups? Want to learn more about cannabis? Enjoy music festivals? Living on the East Coast or looking for a really good reason to visit? Then Harvest Fest is calling your name.
Join us the weekend of July 14th to 16th at Fox Mountain Camping Park in the Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia, to meet like-minded people, have your cannabis questions answered, listen to great bands, and have a blast.
Service lots available and camping is included in festival admission. $60 for the weekend or $30 for Friday and $40 for Saturday. Food trucks, hot showers, flush toilets, and accessible washrooms. Rolling contest sponsored by Canadian Lumber Limited, with chances to win a case of rolling papers and more throughout the weekend.
For info about attending or vending, email chair@mumm.ca. Hope to see you there.
Are you a cannabis content creator? Are you looking for a place to have your content seen? If you answer yes to both questions, then you need to check out cbgtv.com.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Woo!
Get over here. Come here. Rosalie, come.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
This is how it grew to be.
And we're back, and everybody's still gone.
No, I'm here.
You didn't hear all of that, Marcel?
I didn't move.
No, I only got the audio in chunks, but Deb messaged me and said that it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah. She heard it. She said, yeah, it sounded good.
Yeah, it does. It's great.
Yeah. So, there. We know at least Deb's listening.
Deb always listens at some point.
Where's Darcy?
I don't know. We can't see him. He doesn't have his video. We're chatting with Tammi from the Indigenous Cup, and I forgot to ask what the other gal's name is.
Jake.
Hi. In order to hear both of you talking at the same time, you'd have to put your heads together.
I still never heard the name.
Wow. Still can't hear it.
Did I hear it as dig or jig?
Jig.
Now we can't
Is
hear
it
either
Jig?
of you.
Okay.
My nickname is Jig, but I have like a Mohawk name and it's super long. And a lot of people get scared to try to say it.
Can you say it?
Oyosaraze.
Oyo
Oh, wow.
That
That's
is
actually
cool.
Yeah.
That is an
That
awesome
means
name.
the new year.
Oh, sorry, it's what?
Cool. That's actually a really pretty name. I like that.
And that would be Deb saying, "Hi, guys." Okay, so
we were supposed to be doing our grow segment, but
yeah,
for some reason Darcy's not speaking.
yeah, and pink hair just came in.
What I miss?
I don't
Nothing.
know, but I'm going to message Darcy. Darcy ate a gummy earlier. I'm just wondering if Darcy's still around.
I was going to say, isn't Darcy here in the room? I can't
So
tell if there's
here,
circles.
here's I got a question for Tammy. If you want to turn the computer, maybe she can answer.
I'm trying to be cool and find my. I have a little microphone thingy, and I.
Oh,
anyways, go ahead.
okay.
Shoot.
Does the Chiefs, do they have a say in how strong things can be and edibles and stuff like that? Do they actually limit you like Health Canada does to us?
No, so we go by a, like a basic standard. We took like what they do with the Emerald Cup. We did check Europe, did all the, the general rules and regulations of our industry, of our space, of the people who are knowledgeable of the products that they're testing and the kits that they are purchasing. So we keep it to 75 milligrams for edibles, 0.25 for, wait, I can't say that one. We do for extracts, it's a weight of 0.2 grams for entry, and we keep it at 110 samples so that small businesses, because this is what this is for, it's for small craft business.
Yes.
And so it keeps it affordable for the small mom and pop shop to be able to.
Oh yeah, I mean some of the larger expos, they ask for a lot of product.
Yeah. Well, I'm also in legal as well, so I'm aware of the methods.
I can't remember what you have to submit for the Karma Cup. It's a lot. It's
4 bath salts, 4 ounces.
Quite a bit. For the bath salts? For
4 ounces each.
For where? For Karma?
Bath salts for Karma, yeah.
And
wow.
How many samples?
100. I think I left 100 there because I tried to count like 80 like so many times, and I was just like, just take them all.
I got a kit. I was a guest judge 5 years ago now, I guess, and it was 121 samples that they had.
Yeah. Right.
So you guys are up to what?
We do 110.
110. That's a nice. That's a nice size. It's hard to judge that many. For a judge, it's hard to judge because.
How long do they have?
Hang on.
You mean like how many samples are in the kit?
Yeah, there's 75. You said, right?
Yeah.
Right now we're at 75, and that's a lot.
And it's just under a month time that you have, right?
Yeah, so about a month to judge.
Yeah, it's like okay. So here's the question that I've always had with people: when you're judging, how do you do it? Like I did before you came on, Tammy. I have a Karma Cup kit that I got. And I did the yellow one, right? And then I did the forms and stuff like that online. But,
well, if you're sampling, you're only sampling like a wine sampler.
Yeah, that's my point. That's my point. But how do you do 120
well, you don't
samples?
Smoke the whole.
Most people do, though, Mary Jane. They'll have a party. They'll smoke a bunch of weed and.
This is what I'm saying.
This is my
if
point.
You're a wine sampler or a connoisseur, and you take the smallest bit, you sample it, and then you spit it out.
Yep.
You're not there to actually. Okay.
Well, I'm not. I cough it out. I don't spit it out.
Well, you have to consume a little bit to get like the feeling.
Yes.
But 4 or 5 puffs, put it out. Wait 10 minutes. See, did you like the taste? Did it break up? What did the ash look like? Like, this is what you're judging for flower.
That's
then
right.
In edibles, you have to split up. I can only do.
They don't have edibles. They don't have edibles in this version of the Karma Cup. There's just weed.
No. I mean, if you were to judge for the ICC,
yeah.
Like, I can only do one in the morning and one in the afternoon, or else I can't get a good reading on how the edible actually affected me. Because if I eat, like you're saying, how do you judge all of these things
exactly
in such a short period of time? Well, you got to be smart about it.
Of course you do. You try some in the morning, you try some in the evening, maybe some in the afternoon. What I'm getting at is you don't sit down and smoke 4 different strains in a row and then go mark stuff down. That's not how you do it. But that's what happens when you go to a lounge, because this is what happened at our lounge. And you have a judging party. Everybody sits around. They they get the sample. They smoke a bunch of weed, and they mark things down. It's not very accurate.
Well, you can do it with a group if you're diligent. Like if we all sat around, say all of us, and we pulled out one strain and we smoked a little bit each, and we're like, okay, we all looked at it. How dry is it? Does it
exactly?
Look like
if you're going to do it right, that's how you do it. And like a wine tasting party. You taste the wine, you swish it around in your mouth and stuff like that. There's got to be...
But that's exactly how I've done my judging for years.
What, like wine?
Yeah. What I do is I gather a group of us, usually 4 to 6 of us. Mm-hmm. We'll sit out in the gazebo. We'll pick one, try it. We'll smell it, taste it, look at it, smoke one.
Mark it down.
Yep.
Ask everybody's opinion, and then make it as an average.
Yep.
So if somebody said, "Oh, I give it a 10," and somebody else said, "Well, I give it an 8," well, then it's going to go as a 9, right?
Okay.
And then that's how we've always done our scoring that way.
How many questions do you have on your scoring, Tammy? Because there were 13 on the Karma Cup strain that I just did. There were 13 questions.
For a pre-roll?
No, for a gram.
Flower. Yeah, I feel like it was a lot of questions, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Overkill.
Yeah, little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, but when we did these testings, we would only do it once, maybe 1 or 2 strains a day.
Well, like Dale just said, you have to take time to clean the palate, just like you rinse your mouth out when you're tasting a beer or a wine or an alcohol in between.
Well, how do you put down? How do you effectively judge the effects of a strain after you've already had one?
Yeah, that's why I space out my edibles.
Yeah, and you have no choice. Edibles, 1 a day.
You really shouldn't do both at the same time. I would think,
No, but if you get 100, if you have to judge 150 some different products, then
I feel like what we're getting at here is as much fun as it is. It really is a job, and you should come at it with this like, yeah, I'm going to judge. I'm going to judge because it is work.
What kind of questions? You don't have to give us just examples. What kind of questions are you looking for when you're judging? He's off the highway.
He made it. He hasn't.
Well, we're in the process. There was some changes that was coming down. We're trying to sort out in time for this year that didn't quite make it in time. So this will be the last year of judging the flower categories or whatever as they currently are, which is indica, sativa, hybrid. We're going to be changing some stuff up. So this year, basically, it's more or less pick your favorite. We are not going into any sort of like break it down for me in 500 words or less why you fucking like this 1 gram nug. I really like that's not how this works. Most of our people who judge this contest, they really are in it they want to test new products. These are not newbies. These are not people that need instruction on how to pick up what kind of cannabis they
Well,
freaking
somebody
enjoy.
that goes to your event isn't going to, they're either going to go for the first time with somebody who's been there and knows what's going on. It's not like, oh, cool, let's go buy some weed. I guess it is in a way, but, you know,
They're
it's
not the ones judging, though.
but it's, as far as the contest goes, it's not just, you know, let's smoke some weed. It's let's try this and see.
Absolutely.
different.
And reality is, you know, I don't like everything chocolate. Okay. So if I get a judge kit and I have 40 things in that judge kit that are chocolate, there's a 90% chance I'm going to get somebody else to help me eat that stuff. Okay. Most of most of the people who purchase judge kits, they are sharing it with somebody else and they are both having their own little private party. It's not a giant group discussion. That's not what it's about. As individuals, we enjoy cannabis. We medicate with cannabis.
Yep.
You don't necessarily sit around with a group of fucking 150 people and decide what flavor profile you fucking enjoyed more. I can sniff 50 bags of weed, pull out 10, tell you what I like before I even fucking smoke it. Chances are I'm probably not going to smoke the 14 that I didn't like the smell of or that I already know instinctively is not the kind of weed that I enjoy. Doesn't mean I'm not going to participate in the contest. It just means that.
But that's why there is a contest, right?
No, I understand that, but you don't have to like every kind of weed to participate in a contest.
Exactly. No, but that's why they have these contests for those reasons.
That's right.
Right.
And the top priority is enjoyment. And
That's
to
right.
enjoy yourself.
That's right.
To find new companies or to find new products that you didn't even know that you could have. That's infused or I mean, the legacy market is so advanced and so amazing for its diversity of products and the amounts of knowledge that we have that, I mean, those judge kits are gold in itself just because of the healing properties alone of what they offer from regular people who grow their own, who process their own. All of that stuff, that is what this is supposed to be about. And so at the end of the day, if you enjoy cannabis stuff, you enjoy all things cannabis, whether or not you enjoy every product in a judge kit in a contest, it's about enjoying and throwing down.
You're never going to enjoy everything, and somebody always has something shitty to say about something or someone. So, you know, I don't like White Widow, but you guys might be like, woohoo, I love this White Widow, man. And I'm like, fuck you, you fucking asshole, because that's what it does to me.
The one thing that Tammy said that I like the best is the fact that, okay, when you get a judge's kit, maybe you only smoke flower and you don't normally use concentrate.
Get somebody else to do it.
Use the topical. All of a sudden now you're presented with this kit and you're like, oh, what is this? Huh. And now you try it. And all of a sudden this becomes a thing that helps you with this other thing that you've been looking for this whole time. And you're like, that's the beauty of it. You find new things that you didn't even know you were looking for.
That's right. And with higher potencies of things that, a lot of people don't get that relief in the medical legal community because it's just not enough. The topicals aren't potent enough. The edibles aren't potent enough. The candies aren't potent enough. There's not enough variety. There's not enough. And we as a community have always, that's what makes us so great, is that we offer every single level of what you could possibly need.
I was shopping in Alderville, on the Alderville res, for the year and a half, almost 2 years that I had to farm. And I was enjoying the quality and the fact that I could go in and get different kinds. That's what I really enjoy. I mean, I've been to places out in Tanganyika as well. I've been to Legacy and a few other places out there. And I like being able to walk in and having a conversation with the person at the counter. What's this like? What do you think about it? You're not allowed to get that in the LP store, right?
No, there's strict rules against
there
that.
Are so you can walk into a Legacy store on the reservation and say, hey man, I got bad fucking migraines and my knee hurts. What do you suggest? And chances are somebody behind that counter, maybe not that specific person, somebody's going to come up and say, try this. This is what people have been telling us about this strain. You know.
Dale?
All right. Al. Go ahead.
How much is a judge's kit? Judge's kits are $275, and they go on sale starting next Sunday from the Smoke Signals store in Tyne-Daga. As far as the chemical pesticides allowed during the grows, part of the new process that we'll be implementing for next year will be to work with a laboratory to have our entries tested, so that we can also start to uphold a level of integrity that we all maintain in this space to make sure that we can also back it up going forward. So this year, as it stands, we do not have the stuff tested independently through any facility. And most of these events up until this point didn't really have the option to have somebody to work with to assist with that sort of thing. But going forward, we will be implementing some more testing and stuff like that, just to get up to that same level.
It's a safety thing.
Hey,
absolutely.
And that makes a good segue into the grow segment, because Darcy's going to tell you how to grow without using dangerous chemicals.
Okay, awesome. Now I'm gonna give the ladies an option to stay or leave because they've got a lot of shit they've got to do.
Oh my God, we got shit to no, we gotta go.
Okay, so
right, give a final
Tammy, thank you very much for coming
Jane,
in.
I'm probably gonna message you in the morning.
And I'm sure we'll chat at some point when I'm in Al's pocket.
Absolutely, Al.
And if people want more information about the Indigenous Cannabis Cup,
I was just going to get there. Where do they go?
You can go to the Facebook page, and it's listed as the Indigenous Cannabis Cup, or you can go to Instagram, and you can also find current updates of what's going on in the stories and in the posts.
And we've been talking about it because CBG TV is a sponsor, so we're going to be
absolutely. And plug. NOK Kim, Northern Ontario Kim will be out. We have podcast studios from Toronto. We got a bunch of the the OG legacy crew coming out.
Old people.
Oh, and the newbie and the doobie will have to make an appearance too.
Absolutely. That's OG as you can get there, Mary Jane.
Well, at least for the doobie, not the newbie.
Yeah, for the doobie. That's what I mean you.
All right, so we'll say goodbye to Tammy and Jigs, and we'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. At the Indigenous Cannabis Cup. And
thank you for having us, guys.
You're very, very welcome. If you want to come back before, you're more than welcome.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Marcel, go ahead. Do what you want.
Where's
Darcy.
Darcy.
Darcy's doing
Well, he wasn't there last time we said Darcy.
Where's the sound? This is how we grow.
We already did that.
It played it half an hour ago. We weren't.
I can do it again. Hang on.
You guys didn't play that song.
I don't have it
no,
here.
Not since I've been fucking here.
Yes, we played it. Okay, just for the.
I heard it when I was out smoking my joint.
We have to listen to the whole thing again, though.
Darcy.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Woo!
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
Are you an independent musician? How would you like to have your songs played on hundreds of radio stations just like the one you're listening to right now? Join MusicSubmit.com and we'll promote your music to radio stations and blogs in your genre. It's free to set up your account, and we guarantee your music will be considered for airplay by radio stations worldwide. Why not sign up today? It's free. MusicSubmit.com. Radio promotion for indie musicians.
This is how we grow the weed.
Darcy.
Was that better, MJ?
This is how we grow the weed right here.
Better.
Let's talk about
FYI,
this.
I did not hear. I saw the little Ren and Stimpy circle. I didn't actually hear the song.
I didn't hear anything.
So
Is it
I
what?
heard it fine.
I truly didn't hear the song.
Are you serial?
I'm serious.
I didn't either.
Okay,
I didn't either. It was all dead air.
Let's talk about this, guys.
Well, let's not fuck with the song. I'm just saying I wasn't bullshitting.
Did you finally get it?
I got 6 different stuffs. Yes.
Nice.
So this is where I am now, trying to figure out.
So Darcy, you're gonna read chapter 1 of your new book.
Oh, I'm gonna read. I already got half it already read. I've been reading it at work. But
instead of work, right? So that could have actually been 50,000 joints done this week, but
yeah,
Darcy
apparently
was reading a book.
Hey, I don't even take a fucking break or lunch. I take 15 minutes to go have a piss, and then I was sitting there on my chair, so I read it, some of it.
Anyways, what are you talking about, Darcy?
What you were holding in your hand there, Al. What's that? I'm talking to Al about what he got in his hands.
The Floor Max, was that step 1?
And
it's Veg 1,
which is Max Veg 1, which is a 1-part base nutrient, Al, to use from seed to harvest in either your soil or your coco coir or water, hydroponically. It's single formulated for veg and bloom, performs flawlessly from seed through to harvest. You do not.
So this is the one step.
At all.
This is the one step thing that Ken was talking about when he was here.
But it says Veg 1.
Yeah. Why is it called Veg 1?
Yeah.
Because you're going to use it from veg, but when you get to the
okay.
you're going to add things.
Okay. So go on, Darcy.
Anyways, your Veg 1, your Veg 1 has greater pH stability than most 2-part nutrients, especially in soil and cocoa applications. You rarely have to adjust pH when using Veg 1, so when you don't have to check your pH a lot, Al. It's rule of thumb to always check your pH, but you shouldn't have to adjust it. Where that pulls in your pH to is perfectly fine to feed you your plants without having any issues.
Okay.
And reason is because of the raw formulas and raw nutrient the raw ingredients that they source is the reason, and the scientists behind it, who I got to meet here a couple weeks ago, is the reason why Veg 1 performs and basically sells itself. So, but what you got there, Al, you're gonna feed with Root XS and Organobud.
Which one?
So those
is
are the
that?
3
Let me
products
look
you're going to start when you start feeding your plants. That's what you're going to use.
The Organobud, not the system maintenance. I've got the system maintenance.
So it's not a 1-part.
Well, it is.
It is.
It
is a 1-part because you don't
grow
really
an entire crop with just that one product.
There's the Organobud.
He's got other products that he can use that are going to enhance
and the Root
that
XS
one product.
Okay, so it's like having a multivitamin, and then having like vitamin D or B12 on top.
Yes.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Okay.
So the idea of these is you mix up a big batch of everything together, right? And you put it into my now. I just for anybody who isn't up to speed, I'm using a 4-pot auto pot system. Okay, in a greenhouse.
I sent you a copy of the. I sent you a copy of the most updated feeding chart, Al, in gallons.
Where?
To our Facebook group chat.
Oh, okay. Yes, I see it. I have that. As well.
Right.
But my issue is it's too small for me to read. And my dyslexia kicks in.
I wish I could send you this chart I have in my hand.
My dyslexia kicks in, and I have a hard time adjusting, going from numbers to letters. So it gets all jumbled in one big jumbo. So
just take a photo of it or look at the one.
And I tried that, Mary Jane.
Zoom it in.
I tried it. It didn't work. Because it's all numbers and letters. That's the issue. Oh. It's all a mix of numbers and letters stuff.
Imagine reading.
Yeah. Oh, darn it. I was going to play the sauerkraut thing for Tammy. Damn it. And I forgot.
Oh, thank goodness. Well, send it to me. I'll show her tomorrow.
Anyways, I'll give you a very easy recipe.
Okay, I'm going to write this down. You started telling me earlier. I'm going to write this down so that I can do it and start tomorrow. Now, should I start, before you give me that, should I start this in the Dixie cups, as I call them, in the solo cups? Or should I wait until they're in?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can, but you don't have to mix up 5 gallons.
Okay.
No. You just want to mix up a gallon of it, and you can feed it to your seedlings and cuttings, but you're only going to give it to them at about 13 mils per gallon, Al.
13 milliliters per gallon.
You'll
go 15, it's easier.
And then you want 7.
Okay, 15.
Yeah, but then you want 7.8. You want 8 milliliters of root XS.
8 milliliters of. So the first
And
one
then-
is the veg one,
Correct.
and then the
Yes.
second one is what?
The root.
Root XS.
Your root XS.
Okay. XS. All right.
And then your third one that you're going to feed, which is totally optional,
okay,
is your Organobud. That's at 4 milliliters per gallon.
4.
Which is going to give you a target. Which is going to give you a target EC of between 1 and 1.4.
So these are all per gallon.
Per gallon. Because
Really?
that's all.
What
If
is
you still
EC?
got them in solo cups, that's all you need to do is mix up a gallon.
Okay.
What is EC?
EC.
Yeah.
Is the
Your electrical conductivity is basically measuring.
What was the last one you told me, Darcy?
4 mils.
Your Organobud.
Okay, Organobud.
And it was 4 mils.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Wait, these are over a week old now, aren't they?
Oh, almost a month old.
All right, Jack.
Oh, well, then increase that
Jack,
Organobud to 8 mils.
They're very small, though, right?
And increase your veg one to about 20 milliliters per gallon.
Thank you, Parker.
Yeah.
Okay, so sorry, what?
Is
What?
it still 15 mils of the veg one?
No, go to 20.
No, increase that. If they're a month old, increase that.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
And
go to 20.
Yeah.
So that makes it easy because when you do 5-gallon buckets, you're going to do 100 milliliters of that per 5 gallons.
Okay, let's do one thing at a time. Let's worry about the gallon for right now, okay? So does the root excess stay the same?
Yes.
Yes.
And the Organobud?
Goes to 8.
Go up to 8.
8.
So
All
it's
right.
what, 28 and 8?
So I'm gonna get. Let me just, because I'm in this case, Mary Jane. I'm the newbie because you're not.
No, I'm just trying to.
You've used Floramax before, and before I forget, thank you, Ken, for sending me this selection of Floramax. I will be talking about it over the next little while, obviously.
Al?
Yes.
One thing that's important to do is as you're filling up your container, so add about a quarter of the amount of water, then add one of those products.
So that it mixes properly?
And then add more water.
And then another
add
one.
The next product, and then
Okay.
do the same thing until you fill it up.
So I'm putting 1/4 cup or full.
No, 1/4 gallon.
Okay, 1/4 gallon. Then add.
Add and mix.
And repeat.
Yeah.
Then add.
No, know what I find fucking awesome?
What?
What's that?
Using like mils to gallons.
Well, this is also what fucks me up, Len. Okay.
See, it's because.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
They're
It's just-
Australian
that made me
company.
laugh.
It's an Australian company.
Yeah, the
which
metric
has
system.
metric system, but they've done this literature into gallons
For the American market.
right?
Because mostly that's
their
what
old
pods
literature,
are, right?
Their old literature actually had liters and gallons both.
Yeah.
That's why I know 20 milliliters per liter is the ideal solution.
I just find it funny that it's like, oh, we're talking 20 mils, but we're heading to gallons.
So I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to get do a gallon, and how many liters is in a gallon?
4. Well, sorry, 3.78.
Yeah,
374, isn't it?
I thought it was 378.
Oh, it could be.
So if I get a 3.5 gallon bucket, that would work?
A what?
No.
No.
Just use like a 1 gallon milk jug or something.
Okay. All right.
Or water jug.
I don't know where to get a gallon thing.
1 gallon milk jug.
Where do you get exactly. Where do you get something that's got a gallon?
All over Nova Scotia.
I'll go over to the States. It's just up the road.
Oh, from Nova Scotia.
Go over to the States. It's just up the road.
Yeah. Get on the boat and go across.
Drive your boat out to the middle of the lake. We'll meet you there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll smoke a joint and then I'll come back.
So, Al, you won't need any of those other ones. Well, you'll need, once you start your auto pots, you'll need system maintenance.
Okay, we'll get that far. And then the other ones are just additives in case I want.
No, the other ones are when it's time to start flowering.
Oh, yes. Like they're the one there, the resin one, it'll produce more resin.
Right, and you'll also have the flowering enhancer.
Dale said he got a graduated 2-liter pitcher from the dollar store. Okay, thanks.
Does that make bigger buds, the flower enhancer?
Actually, MJ, your flower enhancer is a 3-in-1 flowering additive that makes growing easier. It's a PK additive. It contains calcium, magnesium, and iron, replacing CalMag additives, and helps lock your pH below 6.5 to improve pH stability by up to 500%.
Okay, now, speaking of pH, I don't have to fuck with that shit with this stuff, right? Like, I don't have to go out and get a pen now or anything. This all adjusts itself?
You should still get a pen.
Okay.
Because it would be
You should always have a pen.
I'll get one tomorrow.
And the reason being is you're going to be running a reservoir.
Yes, so I want to check it. Okay.
Yeah, if your reservoir water level starts depleting, then your EC starts to rise. So you can just top that up with more water.
Okay. Which we will go through. By the time I'm getting this done and ready, there'll be a book. Okay? An audio book. A video book. A video book. Well, like Dale said that he keeps a journal. Do you keep a journal, Mary Jane? Well, you're not growing anymore, are you?
I said I got a book.
Me? No, I'm not growing.
No. Do you keep a book, Darcy? Like you keep a journal?
I do on my phone. I got there's all kinds of stuff on my phone.
We've had. Do you remember the name of that app that we had on there? We had somebody from an app.
No,
a grow system app. Do you remember what it was called, Marcel?
Are you talking about MJ Freeway?
Was it Strain Print?
It was Strain Print. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Strain Print.
Yeah. It didn't turn out that well?
Well, I never heard from them again.
I don't think they're doing stuff. I don't think they're not doing stuff for growing.
She's not the gal that we had from there isn't with them anymore. I don't think. I think she's doing other stuff. I think
the best way to do it is photos. I don't know, like for journaling, that's the way I like to do it. Was to look back on the photos every couple of days, and you could see the growth.
Well, Dale said, Dale, come on now. You were telling me you have a journal that you keep. Do you just take notes, or do you put pictures in? Do you have audio? What?
I take notes, and I take a lot of pictures. I like the pictures because it time and date stamps.
I like the pictures too, which I'm going to do.
We like your photos too, Dale.
I take pictures and make mental notes.
Yeah.
And I have tons and tons of mental notes that I have to sift through every once in a while. But
they go up in the Guineac cloud.
They go into my cloud, my personal cloud space that I can pull from any time I need them. But growing's fun.
Well, I'm
once try different things, and I'm going to try a few different things.
And once I know what the fuck I'm doing, then I will be able to play. I'll get this done, this thing. I'll have one over the winter. So by next year, going into the greenhouse, I'll semily know what I'm doing. I'll kind of sort of know. Anyway.
I created.
I'll be honest. I have not taken any pictures of the little guys yet because they're going yellow, they're going green, they're doing great. I'm taking them outside. They go, ha, ha, ha. I leave them inside. They go, they're turning I'm enjoying watching them turn as the sun goes into their, and stuff like that. But then I put them outside and I water them and they perk right up and they're like, yeah, let's go. So
it's funny you're talking about turning. That just reminded me of the time that I left for like a week on tour with Timmy and I had my buddy stop
were they
by
all like
feed my garden. Not only did I come home to this much water in the bottom of my fucking tent, not even in the trays, like in the bottom of the tent, and all of the plants were in the same spots and they were all like half over, all like this, all reaching.
Well, I noticed,
light.
when
you got to spin them. You got to spin
I have
them.
I have the light on at night,
yep.
And I shut it off during the day and I take them outside. But what I see when I just leave them sitting there is they follow the sun like a little dish.
How much darkness do they get if you have the light on at night and you take them out during the day?
None. I'm leaving them on 24 hours at the moment.
That could be why they're going yellow.
Really?
Okay. You're not giving them any dark time at all?
Well, should I?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I told you 18
Well, how about
hours.
you stay awake all the time?
I don't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How would you feel?
All right, so I have a timer downstairs. I will put it on 18.
Yeah, you should have had that set at
But
18 right from the beginning.
What I started doing was I started just leaving them open at night with the light off, like not even with the thing on it, right?
And you could have saved yourself a whole bunch of money out.
For that thing. Yeah, no, I know that. But they started
let them sleep out.
It started them really well.
That's probably why they're not growing that big.
Okay, well, I will start doing that. See, and that's why I do this show, so I can fucking learn this shit, right?
Hey, I'm just proud you learned something growing from me.
A little bit.
Not just a pretty face.
Ka-ching.
Wasn't the ching I was expecting, but
no, I'm gonna try a few different things this year, and I think one of them is gonna be fun because I created a few mothers. I needed some
a few.
phones.
That looked like more than a few.
I created a few mothers, and one of them, a couple of them branched out really well, but one branched out really good. And I think what I'm going to do is when that goes outdoors, I'm going to scrog it.
Why are we only
I want to try scrogging, but not yet.
And I want to see how big of an area I can cover with one plant and a 45-gallon pot.
Why are we not showing this online?
I don't know.
Because I just sent it from my phone. So I have to go and install it.
Look at my background.
Where did you? Okay, I'll load it. Here, hold on a second. I can load it.
Yes. Show everybody. It's beautiful. I love the purple lights.
Mine are purple.
They just make the plants look so much cooler.
I haven't put mine up yet though. I still have to do that downstairs.
Isn't it like really bad to look at that light without glasses on if you're in the grow room?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Except that in that case, it's a little different because
you have two types of lights, don't you?
Yeah, it's running an LED.
There you go. This
as
is
well as a
Marcel's garden.
Yeah, because you can see the light from the metal halide. That's so pretty.
So let me ask you a question. Why are you using foil as opposed to white?
What?
Walls? That's a tent.
It's a tent.
Okay. I get that, but they have white ones as well, do they not? Is it usually the what do they call that? Mylar.
Mylar.
Yeah.
But it's not like Mylar. It's like Mylar is a balloon, right? You can get Mylar balloons, and you can go to the dollar store and buy Mylar survival blankets.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and those will work as well, eh?
No,
Okay.
because what happens is it's the easiest thing to do is take a flashlight and shine it on the reflective side.
Yeah.
And then look at the other side.
So now this is something I learned because I studied photography in college. So this is something I learned about lighting.
If you see the light coming through,
when you use a white background, there's no offshoots. There's no reflections. Okay. When you use Mylar or a foil background, if it crinkles at all, you're getting multiple reflections, and you don't get even lighting. I mean, it's a lighting technique, but as far as a grow room goes, you want bounce from the light right into the plant, not bing, 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 bing.
So when I worked at the
not necessarily, because the way a tent is set up is it's set up with a black back and a Mylar on the inside.
Yes.
That Mylar is not a smooth Mylar. It creates a light reflection, so it allows.
So you
light
want
to
that
penetrate
in a tent?
all around,
in a tent, okay.
Which is what you want in a grow room.
You want it in a grow room. So then, why didn't I use Mylar instead of the white?
Oh, because if you buy those dollar store Mylar blankets and you shine a flashlight onto the shiny side,
They don't flash back.
You look at the other side, the back side. You'll see the light coming.
It shines through, and it doesn't actually reflect.
It doesn't. You're losing. If you can see light coming through,
It sucks up the
you've
light.
lost reflection.
That's right. It sucks up the light
because it's coming through that material. So this is why we tell people Panda plastic. It's
well, then
black on
that's
one
what I
side,
used.
white on the other. That's
but
why
it's
we
not
told
white. It was blue. But anyways,
So when I worked at the grow store, they sold two things. One was the Panda plastic, and one was the Mylar for the walls. And they told us this is what I would tell people if you came into the store. This is what I was told to tell them. The Mylar is 97% reflective. The Panda plastic is 95% reflective. However, if you have a problem in your garden and you need to clean anything or anything like that, like Al was saying, if it gets crinkled or bent, it could affect the way the light hits the plant. So they advised to get the Panda plastic because you're only losing 2%.
Even with the blue tinge.
Well, it's hard. You can't clean it if you have bugs or anything in your room, and now you need to clean it. You can't.
You can't with the Panda plastic. Yeah, that's how I have it set up. Yeah,
it was more cost efficient, and it just seemed like the better option.
It was $167 for a 100-foot roll by 20.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got enough to finish the one side. The only thing that we still have to do is the ceiling, and then I have enough to do the other, and then I have a lot more left in case there's rips. And I have already ripped it once. So
well, and that Panda plastic stuff is amazing. Like when we first started growing, before I even had a tent, we had little just the startings, and I built out of just 1x1s and built a frame and just stapled the Panda plastic to it. And
Al used it. I remember Al Graham used it as a curtain to divide his grow room from flower to that because it's non-transparent. You can't see the light through it. So I've got a door. I walked into the hardware store and I said, "Do you have any doors that are damaged?" He says, "I got one, and it's got a big kick mark in it." So I bought it because I'm going to wrap it in the Panda plastic anyways, and instead of making a curtain, right? Sure. Like I've done everything that Marcel has recommended and Darcy and everybody else to make it, to seal it so that I'm not smelling gross stuff upstairs, right? Yep. I've got a fan system from a tent that we're not using.
Okay, so wait, just before you go any further.
Okay.
How close are your neighbors?
Why?
Will they smell your garden?
Not. I'm putting it out the back into the backyard. Not between the whole house. Not between the two houses. No, I'm putting it out into my backyard. Will they smell it?
You're putting a charcoal filter on.
There is a charcoal filter. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Washington D.C. just had an interesting court
Yes.
case
That's
where
scary.
a 73-year-old
That's right.
woman basically went to court, and they've set a new precedent. And
On renters.
no, sorry, she was
on renters.
she was 75, and she was renting a place. The person downstairs in another unit smoked pot.
They're
She
doing the same
court-
thing. They've been doing the same thing with apartments. The same story. So go ahead.
Rentals.
Rentals.
But they did this as it's now set as a precedent that anybody that doesn't like the smell of pot coming from their neighbor in Washington, D.C. can just take them to court and have them banned from ever smoking it there, which means this 73-year-old patient is now banned from using his medicine at home.
My mom got complaints, a written warning from her condo about my use of cannabis in the building.
What about people's cooking?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Incense? What about the fact that I lived in a building next to somebody that
I can't stand the smell of fish.
Dude, this little old lady, we had no idea that she had her husband in there until the paramedics came and took him away. Apparently, she would go to the store every day and buy him underwear because he was bedridden and he would pee himself. That's why it stunk so freaking bad. We thought it was just this little old lady, but you know what? You can't say nothing about that. So, like, how can you say something about cannabis, especially something that's medicine for somebody?
I saw a post from my friend, I won't say her name, that the building that she lives into sent out a written warning to every tenant that has a list of products that you are not allowed to use in the building, a list of fragrances you're not allowed to use in the building.
Oh my goodness.
And because what's happening, there's so many different smells. Like in my apartment building in Toronto, you literally walk out on a Christmas Eve and all you smell is turkey and weed. But this was fragrances and stuff because people, to cover up those smells, they're going out in the hallways of their apartments and spraying the carpet. I caught my across the street and across the hallway neighbor. I come out with the dog to go for a walk, and she's standing in front of my door with a bottle of Febreze, spraying my door jamb.
Hey, I was looking for property in Surrey, BC, years ago, and I was talking to a realtor, and the realtor said, I'll make this really easy for you. If you cannot read the name on the sign and it has foreign language, don't bother looking at the property. And of course, my response was, why? It seems a little racist, but why? And he said, because the properties have already had East Indians living in them and they smell like curry. And you will never remove this smell from the house.
That's bullshit, though, because you know what?
Like the smell of curry.
I bought what was the crack den in Mount Forest, and I got it at a very reasonable price, and I went in and I redid the whole fucking thing, and I didn't smell no crack in it.
What does crack smell like, ass?
Yeah, okay.
On that note, we have to go. Thank you to Tammi for joining us. Thank you for Mary Jane for being here, and Lennie and everybody else. And this is
and Darcy.
And I need one of those fucking romper room things. And there's Mary Jane and Darcy.
I'll make backgrounds for everybody.
And speaking of romper room, Commander Tom passed away yesterday. Anybody in Canada that watched TV as a little person every morning between prayers and Bullwinkle was Commander Tom Joles, who was the WKBW in Buffalo, New York's Weather Guy. And that's the same station where Captain Kangaroo went to, and I think Mr. Rogers as well. But anyways.
We never got that channel. Sorry, Al.
No. Okay. On that note, say goodbye.
Nice.
Bye.
So what are you doing? Nothing. Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.